welcome back. And we have got such an exciting guest right now. And do you know what? I always love when we have this type of guest on, because you know me, I love anything that's deep. So we have got Katie Helliwell on. She is a psychic and medium and an actual business psychic coach. So for me and Nick, this is like our forte. We love anything like this. So welcome, Katie.
Hello, ladies. Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure to be here with you both.
We feel lucky that you're here. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Obviously, I've just done a small introduction to the audience, but tell us a little bit more. Tell us how you came to, because I mean, nowadays we've got so many like business women out there and everything like that. So I mean, this is a huge thing probably now, generally. But because I love a psychic, like
we all do, yeah.
So tell us how, like, obviously them gifts you found kind of came, and how you come across to like specialise in business kind of guidance. And
because it is weird, isn't it, when you think about it? When you try and explain to somebody, what do? It's like, where do I begin? Where do I begin with this? But my gift I've had since I was a child. So I've had that since early birth. And then my parents realised when I was 3 years old that I was gifted, but I was always labelled the odd child. Yeah. And it took a long time for the gift to be able to be fully come out and appreciated. But then as time went on and as it evolved, I realised that there was a lot of ways that I could help people in more than just the reading. And that's not to obviously disregard a reading coming through, because if you hear off your loved ones, it's like amazing, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like the best thing ever. But when you can go deeper with someone, because your loved ones always want you to live your best life. Sounds so cheesy, but it's true. It's like 99% of them will go, make sure they live their lives. Make sure they give us something good to watch. Make sure they reach their full potential. And I'm like, okay. So then I started seeing how I could help people, give them the message, but then give them something to help them grow. And it was like, how can I help them grow? What can I do? And I could see people's 2.0 versions. So like somebody could come to me and go, this is my drama. This is what I've got going on. And it feels very real. It feels very like they're stuck. And then I could see like codes above their head and like pathways and avenues of who they could become and what's available. And then I was like, but I see you as this. And they're like, that's not me. And I'm like, but I see you doing this. This is what's meant for you. But you're not taking it. Like, go and take it. And I get so excited because you could see the whole pathway. And I'm like, you've got the potential. Like, I can see it. Go for it. And they're like, what do I need to do? I'm like, you need to do this. And then their guides say, tell them to do this, this and this. Yeah. And they do it and they'd have success. And like so much are clear from them. They weren't in that like fight or flight mode that you were just saying before we started recording.
That's my life constantly at minute.
Do you feel that way?
Yeah, I feel like I go through a bit of a stage. I think we all do, don't we?
Yeah.
The many people watching this will probably agree that, you know, I've got 4 children, I've got multiple businesses, and trying to do it all, it's a lot of pressure. So I'm constantly, every morning I wake up, it's just, right, what do I need to do? What do I need to get done? Like you said before, rushing.
Yeah.
Why does everything have to be such a rush? And even just speaking. Catch me on my YouTube. I'm like, it's don't matter. But I know I do it. Do you know what I mean?
People think they've clicked ×2 and they haven't.
Somebody said to me, is that voice note on ×2? I said, actually, no, it isn't. However, I know I sound like it is, but I struggle to rein it in. Yeah. You probably know that when I've sent you voice notes and you listen to it a bit and think, for God's sake, slow her down.
Is there
and
a
they put me on 0.5.
Can you do that on voice notes?
Yeah, you can slow them down as well. Yeah.
Do you know what I think though, because obviously I've just got back from Thailand off like a yin yoga course. I feel like I've come back and I feel like I'm just like, like kind of like that. So it's only that now that I'm kind of looking back and I think, do you know what? I think we were both like that. I think we were both just rush. Like even with like the pod, like there was a few, like there's been a couple of weeks where like I've just been a bit slower posting. I was like, but Claire, that's okay as well. Like you aren't in a rush. Enjoy where you're going and stuff like that. And I think that's what we've just been talking before, haven't we? I was like, do you know what? We were both very much on that same page. Like everything had to be done yesterday, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And
it's just, I say it's general life because the amount of people that live like that, it's classed as the norm, isn't it? So like people go, well, you're not on your own. I feel like that, or you know, it is just the norm, but it's actually not, is it?
I don't think so. I think the slower, but like I said, I've only learned this in the last few weeks. I think the slower you go, you're more kind of attentive and kind of your strategy is a lot more on point because you kind of can say, well, I know this is what I want to do with this goal, but this is what's going to take me to get there. And that I'm okay with that. Whereas I was finding I was doing a million things at once and nothing was getting done to the level of what its potential, like you were saying, like that potential of that 2.0 person that you're seeing in someone, I suppose, because our blocks are there, I guess, is it?
Got so much to say to you both, right? So I'm literally like, I'm like this, come on. I got it. So what you're actually, when you create from soul purpose, so this is the thing. So when we've got like 4 businesses, children, lots of things going on. I've got 3 girls, so I know what it's like. It's 100 miles an hour. However, when you operate from a place of need, most people build businesses because they need money or they want to feed their ego. Someone told them at school they weren't good enough. They want to prove somebody wrong in the family, or they don't want to be like their family members. And so a lot of successful people build from a place of repair or like prove it. And I call it prove it energy. But when you actually go to what you're actually supposed to do and what your soul's calling you to do, because we've all got a purpose in this lifetime. And if you go on a retreat like you've done, or sit and meditate and slow down and not respond to life, what you're actually meant to do comes through to you. And then when you actually are in what you're supposed to do, life actually does speed up. So when you were saying like slow down, the slowing down is to understand what you're actually supposed to do. But then you speed up because everything happens so quickly. When you're in your purpose, everything clicks.
God, I'm going goosebumps.
It goes really quick. It's like so fast. And then you're like, oh my God, you feel like you're watching somebody else's life. It's like you're in a movie. And it's like, oh my God, this is happening. You have twists and turns. You have life teachings. And all those things will be like the blocks that you need to clear and things you need to work on. But your life happens very quickly when you're in your soul purpose. But most people will not give themselves the time to sit and find out what that actually is because we've got bills to pay, we've got kids to feed, we've got lives to live. So we won't give ourselves that time. But if you just said, spirit guides, show me the right way, show me what I'm supposed to do here, and I will follow your instruction, come from the highest of heights, the purity of light. So you speak into the higher realm. I surrender, just surrender. But what I see happen when people come and find me is they're either really poorly or they've had so much happen to them, like people crossing them. You know, they're multimillionaires, but everyone's crossed them or took from them, or people have just been taken advantage of them. So I have to build their trust back up with people, their actual belief why they're here, and actually help them find who they are, because the money stops mattering. The success, the ego, it goes. Because
you just become burnt out, don't you? When you're burnt out, nothing matters anymore. That's what I found before going to Thailand. I was that emotionally burnt out. And it's quite funny that you said, because I did a post, and on the post I wrote, I didn't realise all it took was the universe for asking me to surrender. And then, like you say, it's that surrendering, isn't it? And just going.
And do you know what I did with that? Brought in ChatGPT. How do I surrender?
Oh, Nick!
I thought, right, if that's what she's saying, I need to. But and I thought, because sometimes these things are discussed like now, and somebody might watch this and go, okay, so she did just say that you say all that, and they'll say it all and like rewind it and say it again, and then you'll say surrender, but they might think, well, how do you surrender?
And it's quite easy and it's so true, isn't it? Because you do just go, well, what is surrendering?
Well, I can answer that for you as well, because
please do.
Surrender comes in different ways. And I love that you asked that question. I love that you even asked ChatGPT that question.
She's here again.
I think it's brilliant. It's absolutely amazing. And things like AI, I think, are really good for stuff like that, because it can really help people gain a knowledge and understanding. So I think it's fantastic. But surrender comes in many forms. It can come in somebody you love beyond all recognition, just suddenly just vanishing, that's it, gone to the other side, or leaves you for whatever reason. And then you have to like go, there's almost no fight left in you. Like that burnout, it's like, oh, I'm just done. So you hit, and people call it rock bottom. So people say, I hit rock bottom. I couldn't just carry on. I couldn't get my head off the pillow. Depression. They could end up like being really poorly, or they could end up just going, do you know what? I'm sacking all this off and I'm going to go and live in Ibiza and I'm going to party my life away. That's surrender.
Yeah.
But sometimes if you just are really stuck, do nothing. But people are like, and sometimes when people pay me a lot of money to mentor them and they're like, and the message is, do nothing today. They're like, are you insane? What do you mean? I've paid you lots of money and you want me to do nothing today? And I'm like, yeah, but they can't. So they're like this, especially if you've got like ADHD or anything like that and your legs are going and you're like, I can't just sit here and do nothing. I can't leave it into the lap of the gods. I've got to be proactive. But your proactive action is to sit still and to sit with yourself. When you sit with yourself, a lot of the time something comes up that you just don't want to see or you've been trying to run away from or trying to hide. And it's like, that's painful. And our bodies are meant to protect us. So our spirit guides want to expand us. Our human body wants to protect us.
Yeah.
So that's where the fight and flight mode comes in. And there's a place in between, which is surrender and acceptance and boundaries of, I will not accept anything other than the best life for myself in the best possible way. And there's space for everyone in every capacity.
And you know, I love that you said that there is space for everyone, because it's so true. I feel like you kind of, you see it on social media and you can just look and you go, do you know what, that person isn't in a great place.
Yeah.
And you can see that they're comparing and they're kind of looking, and I just think, do you know what, if you just switch the mindset a little bit and realise whatever your dream is, there's room for it.
Yeah.
You could tell it their life would be so much more different. But I'd probably say, and you might, 90% of people live in that scarcity mindset, isn't it? Not realising it. Do you know what? All our dreams and all our aspirations, everything we want is out there for us. Just because someone else is doing something, yours is out there too. Just go and get it, kind of thing.
I know. There's a lot of people online that can be quite jealous and can be quite horrible to people who are really trying to find their way, or even the ones that look like they've got it all together. And nobody's got it all together.
No.
Like me. People think I've got it all together. I've not. People go, really? Do you feel like you're like? And I'm like, yeah, why do I not come across? And I don't know whether it's just because I'm so used to being this person that when I speak to people, I'm fine.
Yeah.
It's when I think myself that I think I need to have a minute.
Yeah.
But I don't say it out loud to people. Do you know what I mean? So like people think, well, she's all right. You know, she's doing great, cracking on, sorted kids, sorted work. And then I'll go home and I think, oh my God, I feel like my head's got to explode.
Do you know, I had actually admiration for you the other day, because obviously I've gone into this really slow thing, and I think I'd messaged you and I knew that you had clinic. I knew obviously you had the kids. I knew that you'd done Pilates, and I just voice noted you, and you still got back to me that night. And I just thought to myself, wow, that's incredible how much you have got on, and you still have got that time to reply. Do you know what I mean? You do like kind of take a lot.
I do try with things like that, and don't get me wrong, there can be days a lot of the time to my friends where I'll be like, I am so sorry, this is 48 hours later. But if I can reply, I will, because I always think that it's good to keep your connections, your friendships. And sometimes, you know, if I hadn't have listened to your voice note that day and it had been 3 days later, and then I'd have listened to it, and in that voice note you were telling me that you felt a certain way, and I hadn't listened to it, I think, oh my God, I've not, you know, and I always think, you never know what's on these voice notes. If it's a text, it's a bit different. You can see it, can't you? But if it's a voice note, I feel like I have to respond. I'm like, yeah, hey, you okay? But yeah, I do. I have a million and one things, but that's not to say that other people don't either. I completely get it. And I also understand that I put myself under that pressure by choosing to do what I do and, you know, have what I have and stuff. But I would love to know more of where would you start then? So say, for example, I'm saying to you now, well, where would you put me to start? Because if this is someone else that was watching who thinks, so many people have said to me, I feel like that, you know, and I think, there's loads of people out there. So sort of what advice would you give for that then? Would that be to, like you say, stop? So when you say stop or do nothing, does that literally mean don't go to work, don't go to Pilates, literally sit in your house with yourself all day? Because seriously, I would.
Because I'd love to know as well, because, you know, if we are doing loads of stuff like that, like Nick's saying, how do you stop? Are we blocking our true blessings coming in as well when we're
we
doing
are.
so much. Yeah.
We are. So I love your questions because I do think that is something, I just assume everyone knows all this stuff, and because it's something so
Yeah.
natural to me, I have to really think, right, how does someone that's never kind of worked in this area, how would they take it and what would they feel? And you're completely right. You can't just stop and do nothing. But if you think about it in the sense of if you're trying to get sales, say if you're trying to increase your sales in one of your businesses, and then normally you would maybe put an advert out and then the adverts aren't working or they're crashed or your account's been blocked or this has happened. And it's like, right, I need an AI specialist or I need a tech specialist to fix this. And then you can't find one. And then something else happened and your card gets blocked, so you can't even pay them, or something like you're being stopped. You need to stop. You need to go, right, okay, there must be another way for me to do this. If I just stop and just understand that there's a reason why it's so difficult, and I'm just going to let it sit for a minute, and I'm just going to see how it is in maybe 48 hours. You don't have to do it for like hours and hours, like or weeks, just for a set period of time. As soon as you decide you're going to stop doing something for that set period of time, and then ask yourself, what do I really need today? You know, because your body will be in fight or flight and be desperate to keep you safe. So be like, what do I need to appease my body today? So is it Pilates, or do I really not want to go? Is it like I want to go and lie down, or do I want to go and have a bubble bath, or do I want to go to the shops or go and see a friend? Ask your body what it needs, and then you'll find that it's probably very different to what you were planning on doing. So that's how I would do it.
Yeah, because it's true, isn't it? I feel like that's what I did in Thailand. Everything kind of, I sat there and thought, what don't I need?
Yeah.
And let it go. Because like I was sat with my friend and I had literally the most, I think it was like a £2 Primark gym set on.
Yeah.
My friend had like a little pair of elephant pants on she'd paid like 100 baht for.
Yeah.
And we both looked at each other and went, look how happy we are. And we were just sat in the most simplest of things. And then that's when the penny dropped for me and I thought, okay, I've got the skincare brand, I've got the clinic, and I'm pushing myself, but why am I pushing myself in a rush? Because, okay, the money comes in, but it's not getting me to my goal any faster than what I want to achieve. What am I actually wanting to achieve? And I was just like, I just want to kind of go. Like, I'm just steadily going along and seeing how it grows and flourishes. And it was that when I was sat there and said that to myself, I thought, okay, this is where I'm going wrong. Because I thought I had to work myself to the ground and because I want that to happen tomorrow. I was like, but why has it got to happen tomorrow? Because then tomorrow comes and then where are you going with that goal then?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Let it flow to however big or how little it's meant to go a little bit. And it felt nice to drop into it a little bit.
One of my clients last week asked me, so I was doing her a facial. It's actually one of my friend's mums as well.
Yeah.
And she actually said to me, Nick, what is your end goal? What is your next goal? Like, and I was like, I don't know. I actually don't know. So, because you obviously don't know my background, I've got an aesthetics clinic and I have a Pilates studio, very different. But I love doing Pilates, that sort of quietens my mind. But obviously my clinic's been what I've done forever. But then, what is the goal?
That's exactly the question I asked myself. And I was just like, so why am I in a rush? Because you're doing what you always wanted to do. But why are you in a rush to make it
what we're rushing for?
And it's a hard question to answer because I still haven't answered it.
Yeah.
I think what it is for me, I've learned to become present. And that's what it was that we were missing. I think we wasn't present and enjoying what we're actually in.
Yeah.
Because we thought there's a goal to reach, but there is
no goal.
But what made you both go into like your businesses that way? What made you even become business owners?
Mine was like for a more freer life, to just be able to like enjoy life. And
mine was really more a repair because, well, my dad, as always, he won't mind me saying this now, is so proud of me now, by the way. But however, when I was younger, he was very much like, oh, believe it when I say it, believe it when I say it. I had my little girl when I was 19. So I sort of did things a little bit back to front, was a bit rebellious and whatnot when I was younger. But then I always remember going to uni and it was like, I believe it when I see it type of thing. And I don't know. And then, other people who's been in my past have said, oh, you know, you'll sort of never have nothing without me, or, you know, I believe it when I see it. And so then for me, that's it. I think, no, whereas like showing me a bowl of red cloth, because I think, right, there's only one way I'm going here, and that's what prove every single one of you lot wrong.
Yeah.
But over the years of me doing that, I now feel like I don't do that anymore, because I love my job.
Yeah.
But like, I don't really know what I'm stressing myself out for.
And do you know what I think it is? Because I again, this post, I did another post when I got back, and it was actually calling out boss girl era. That what it was for me, because I always enjoyed my job, and then I was feeling like we all went into this boss girl era, and we had to prove. And then I kind of, when I come back, I was like, that kind of like statement of social media put me so much in my masculine.
Yeah.
That I was just worn out. And then I come back and I just put it on the other day, and I was just like, do you know what? This boss girl era was costing me my health. And it really was. And I just kind of dropped back into being like, do you know what? It's okay if like just this week you don't do as much as what last week, what, you know, who are you proving it to, I suppose. And
Prove it energy.
yeah.
But I feel you're in the wrong industry.
Am I?
Yeah,
wow.
I feel like you're in the wrong business. I feel you were at the right time when you were younger, but I think you're ready for a change now.
Ooh.
I have said that though.
I think you're ready for something else, and I think you don't hold yourself back. I can really feel there's something else for you.
Oh, I've
and
got
it's gonna
goosebumps for
happen.
you.
Yeah.
Oh.
So obviously I did my nursing, which is years ago now, and then I went into aesthetics, and then I went back to uni, did my prescribing, which was 2 years ago.
Oh, that's not an easy course.
Yeah. So I feel like because I've done all of that this job is for me.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And then I opened my Pilates studio, so I've done the instructing for that, which I love, but it is very different to doing Pilates yourself, which everyone kept saying to me. As much as you love it, when you're instructing, it's a bit different.
Yeah.
And although I've got that now and it's amazing, it's thriving, whatever, I don't know, I just think, like you've just said that, and I think, is there something else?
Maybe that's why you're getting hit by these blocks of exhaustion then, if that's kind of what you're not meant to be
doing.
In, I suppose.
Because you can always, if you don't want to I understand you've done all that work, but you've got to think what it served you for that period of time, what it gave you. And seasons occur in life. You know, you're not meant to do everything forever. You're not always meant to be with the same people forever.
Yeah.
Seasons come, seasons go. It's when we try and hang on to it because we're like, well, it's got roots and I'm investing my time, my energy into it, and I get it. But we end up driving ourselves crazy and going around in circles and stopping our growth.
Yeah.
But to answer as well about your, like, why do we do it so quickly? Why is it? And I think it's because we're expected to as women. I think women are expected to almost prove themselves. Men are always the successful, not trying to gender specify here, but the older generation, they do feel like the man is always going to earn more. The man's always more like successful in business. And I think women, we do so much behind the scenes.
Yeah.
You know, with the families and our parents and our hormones and all of that kind of stuff. We have a lot to contend with, don't we? And I think we are amazing to do what we do.
Yeah.
And to build a business on top of it is absolutely incredible. But I do think that race is to, again, prove something.
Yeah.
And time, like everyone's so obsessed with time.
Yeah.
If I don't do it in 5 years, then I'm a failure. I haven't done this in 1 year. And it's like, if you're living every day to your full potential as best you can, to me, you're winning.
Because that's what my problem was. I felt like I was failing because I hadn't done a successful business within a year. And you were just like, but why do you need it in a year's time? Like, you know, you're in a great place where you are now. But it is, and again, I think it's like you say, it's that, it may be comparison, because you think, I want to be like that person right now. And it's like, well, that's took 5-6 years to get there, hasn't it? Their chapters were completely different as well. And I've really surrendered to that a little bit, but thinking, you know, it's okay. Your time will come, and wherever you're meant to go with your flow and your journey, I suppose.
It's evolution over a lifetime, isn't it?
Yeah.
As long as you evolve every day, you're still living, you're still expanding.
Yeah.
It's when we stay in the same cycle every day that we start to lose our magic.
Yeah.
I find that a lot of it as well, comparison-wise, what was Tom's thing when we had Tom on, Tom Blackledge? comparison is the thief of all joy.
Yeah, it was something like that.
And it sticks with me, that quote. And I always think, I see it as when people compare, say, for example, if you didn't have materialistic things, say, would they compare the same? Because what would they be comparing against?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So, like, if somebody sees you've got something nice or a car or a bag or whatever it might be, if you didn't have that and you had just a Primark bag instead of a designer bag, would they then feel the need to compare to you?
Probably not, really.
So a lot of it, I always see it, you're comparing yourself to materialistic things, not actually. Like, I know this sounds, probably people, when you watch it, you'll think, what you asked about that for? But like, people have said to me, what course is it best that do what I can get money from? Straight away, I get my back up, I think. I've not just been given this on a plate. I've worked my arse off. I had nothing when I started out with my business. And no one's handed me absolutely any of it. I've worked so hard for it. But people compare what they see now of me to what they want. But they don't see that it's been a journey for me to get where I've got today.
Of course.
But also, if I didn't have social media, or you didn't see things that I did have, or you didn't pass me in the street and see me what I'm wearing, or, you know, then would you ask them questions and think, well, I won't be like you? Do you know what I mean?
Because that is something, you know, for our sole purpose as well, like, and like where we're meant to be going. That's obviously a wrong track as well to go on. Even saying, I know like wealth comes with a purpose and stuff like that, and everyone's obviously wants to kind of live a nice life and everything. But if you're chasing the money side of things, is there always going to be blockages put in place there, or?
That's a really good question. No, because money's an energy.
That's what I always say.
It's if you see money as neutral, you can attract it. If you see money as a massive thing, you've got blocks attached to it. If you see it as, oh, I'm just going to go and just chuck it everywhere, then it's very different. It's not respecting it. So I've just been to Las Vegas, actually.
I love this.
I took my husband to Las Vegas, and I was lying in bed. I was in the Bellagio, and I was lying in bed thinking, there is millions and millions and millions of pounds underneath me. Literally. I was like on the 10th floor or something. I was like, in that casino, there's like we stress so much about money, and there's just people chucking thousands and thousands on a table. And I'm like, but there was no respect. There was no respect for themselves, no respect for, like, I know it's a game, but, you know, I was literally sat there feeling all the energy of everyone. There was people that were really stressed and giving the money to them. And then there was people that were like just having a bit of fun and just having a flutter like I was. And there was people that were like thinking they were completely understanding the logistics of the roulette table. And they're like, I can predict where it's going to go because I've been to 50,000 casinos that time. So you had all the different vibrations around there. And I thought, this is money. This is exactly how they're like in their day to day, how they attract money. There's people that do it because they're desperately need it and they'll do anything to get it just to survive that day. And then you've got the people that are in it for the long haul, people who want to build wealth, generational wealth. So there's all different vibrations of money and it's about what's actually important to you. But if you're trying to prove, like, money in the eyes of spirit, for your spirit guides, if you said, spirit guides, send me some money, it has to be for a desire. So they'll send you money. You could do it today. You can literally say a figure.
Send us some money.
but here's the twist.
Watching Monday.
But here's the twist. You have to ask for a specific amount and you have to ask why. You have to feel it in your bones that you really desire it for something good. Has to benefit somebody else as well. And it has to feel within you almost neutral. So, for example, I walked past, going back to the casino, I walked past the roulette table, and I don't believe in using my gift for gambling, just so I know. Hold my hands up, I don't believe in it, but I was just having a bit of fun. I had $25, guys. So I walked past this table and I heard 22. It's from Spirit Guides. And I was like, I looked down, it was the roulette one, because I don't understand all the card games. So I thought, I'm not going to sit there and there's people professional. So I was like, 22. And I was like, oh. And my husband went, oh, have you had a message? I went, yeah. He's like, oh, I'm 22. And he went, okay. So he sat down, he went, well, we've got like $100. So he put $100 on the table. They give you all the chips. And he put 25 on 22. And this guy come along and they give you 5 chips. So it looked quite a little tower. So I was like, oh, look at my little tower. And I just sat there going, oh, this is fun. This is nice. Where am I going to go after? And they're all smoking in there as well. So I was thinking, I can't sit here for long. I can't breathe. And anyway, he come in, 22. But there was a guy next to me who put thousands down, like on every number. He was like chips galore everywhere. And I won. And I was like, oh, I've won. And I couldn't work out how much I'd won or anything like that. But because I actually said, if this comes in, I'll take my husband to an even nicer restaurant. And so I had this vision while the roulette table was going round. I was like sat there having a nice souffle or, like had that. And it won. We won $900.
Wow.
And I was like, right, let's cash out, let's go. And he was like, and the woman, the manager came over, she was like, don't you want to stay? Don't you want to have a cocktail? I was like, no, I'm going to go for a really lovely dinner. Bye.
I know what I'm doing, yeah.
And the other guy lost everything, but he was scratching his head. He was like this, like really. And I thought,
dead intense.
So I just got my wand and just went like
I love that.
block the energy. But see, the desire, it was neutrality.
Yeah.
So you can manifest and have any money you want. Your spirit guides will support you with it, but only if you desire it. If it's desperation, they don't respond to desperation. And yet, really, we all pray, don't we, in desperation?
Yeah.
We all find God in desperation. But really, you should be finding the joy in your life.
Because that's how I always used to view money. So when I was earning it from the aesthetics, it was always, it's got to be in the bank and it's got to stay in the bank. And then every time I was investing into my business, I'd be a bit like, oh, I don't want to do that. I was holding on to it, do you know what I mean? And then I changed my mindset. And I was like, what do you want to achieve? So I put like the podcast on my vision board at the APS and I was going to change it. So then when I was taking that money to invest, I was like, it's energy, it's just going back in to invest because it's going to come back. Do you know what I mean? And once I changed my mindset to that, everything just started to flow a bit more and become like more movable. And I wasn't so much on like, oh, I don't want to spend that money. I'm like, well, no, I get why I'm spending it because then I started to take it back from other things that I was wasting money on, thinking, well, it doesn't need to go there because invest it here because that's where your growth will potentially come.
But that's respect.
Yeah.
That's like if you think how you look after your children, how you look after your partners and your friends, treat money the same.
Yeah.
Treat your spirit guides the same. Give them respect. Give the spirits that come to see you a little bit of love. And, if they appear, just go, oh, hi, nice to see you. You wouldn't just go, who the hell are you? Get out of my house. Like just treat everything the same energy.
So in terms of obviously, obviously like I do an aesthetics clinic, I'm starting a little skincare brand and then this is my third little baby. So if everything's flowing calmly, that's how you know you're on the right path. Is that correct? Or would you kind of say, would there be things in place that you go, you need to stop doing that or...
So you need to, have you set intentions around every single business?
Yeah.
Yeah, and where you're going with them?
Yeah. I did that in Thailand a little bit more and I kind of stripped back everything. What was really funny about Thailand, I stripped back. So this is what's been happening this year for me. Like my image stripped back, started taking all my eyebrow, like pigmentation off. I'm changing, I want to go softer with my teeth. I feel like everything's softening back to this feminine flow.
Yeah.
Then I did it with the clinic. I had new shots made and I was just like, I know the type of consumer that I want and it's very much all the work I'm doing is very soft feline kind of, do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
Like when you're looking at my work now and then I've done the same with skin. I knew exactly what I wanted to heal. So it was all about kind of like the skin, healing eczema, psoriasis and restoring that skin barrier through calmness. And I've noticed everything in my life's got this calm energy coming around it.
I love it.
So then when I was in Thailand, even skin completely stripped back. And it's like everything around me is very stripped back to what it was. It's like a new evolution kind of thing. And it's like now I'm finding my voice is a little bit easier. Even with the marketing company, I was like, it's not how I want it. And I'd never normally do that. I'd normally go with the flow and go, okay, we'll try it. Whereas now I'm very intention based on this is how I want it to look with it all. So I have noticed a lot of change around me the last couple of months. And I think that's why I'm getting a bit thinking I'm looking in from this fishbowl thinking, oh my God, what's happening? Because everything's changing, I guess.
It's really powerful. So if you set the intention and you feel good about the desire and you feel excited by it and you feel like, oh my God, it's really nurturing me to do all this and you feel good, then just literally feel into every single day how is it serving you? Like always express gratitude.
Yeah.
What I would say is work with your spirit guides more, both of you.
Yeah.
Just simply ask them, just speak to them out loud and just say, can you help me with this today? Or put them to the test and say, can you send me this or can you send me that? And you can choose numbers, you can choose opportunities, you can choose people, anything, but put them to the test and bring them in. Because we can sometimes micromanage our businesses as female business owners. I've done it myself.
Yeah, I'm guilty of that.
This is what I want and this is my 10.5 plan on how to get there. But it's like, if there's another way that's quicker, or if you think I've missed out anything or I could go bigger, I'm willing to see another way.
Wow.
And if you just give them permission, but you have to really trust them to do that.
Yeah.
Like I'm literally asking you all I know to go and look at the sky and go, just say this, and then you don't know who it is that's doing this for you.
Yeah.
But if you just give them small things and build up the trust and build up the relationship, you'll go on to the bigger things. But really with business success, it's all down to why you want it, how it's going to benefit you. Because if, for example, I said I want to be a megastar, right?
Yeah.
Would it benefit me to be a megastar? It might not. It's not. It doesn't always, does it? You look at people in Hollywood, it doesn't always benefit them.
Yeah.
So if it doesn't, I won't. That's it.
Yeah.
So that won't be my pathway. But if it is to be able to reach people that then create the ripple effects, then that does feel cleaner. So then the energy is, well, of course, we'll help you meet those people. We'll help them feel better. We'll help them uplift and live a better life and feel more connected. And then they'll go on and inspire other people in their industries. And so it goes like that.
Yeah.
So you end up being, it's a group, rise collective. So I think you need to both take the pressure off yourselves and just remember there's a whole host of people behind the scenes there to help you.
Yeah.
I feel like we do that a little bit with this though, do you not?
I think this has been a great thing for us, because I think before pod, so we changed the pod completely last year, didn't we? So it kind of changed the Souls podcast about November time.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's where we've surrendered it a little bit more as well, because everyone who comes on is very like kind of self-development, like spiritual side of things, mindset. And since we changed it to that, it kind of had this ripple effect of energy underneath it, didn't it? And kind of guests, we reach out to guests like yourself, do you know what I mean? And I didn't know what you were going to come back. And I was like, I'm just going to ask and just see if you would come on. And when you were like, I was like, oh my God.
I could really feel you. And I was like, oh, I like this lady's energy. I'm coming.
And it's just been a nice kind of feel from it. It's just growing beautifully, if I'm honest. Compared to like last year, wasn't it, when we changed it?
And I think when you first start out, it's a bit more like, well, we want to get this, you want to get followers, and you want to have a like somebody to support your podcast branding, and we're not bothered, are we? Like,
it'll come.
We do that. We do this because we enjoy doing this. And I feel like even though we've got a great platform, we're slowly getting there, haven't we?
That's it.
But we're reaching people for the right reasons. Like one of the girls who was at work, she works doing beauty and stuff where I work. And one of her clients came out of a room the other day and she went, when's your next podcast start? I love watching them. And I was like, people, and like YouTube, people will say to me, I love watching YouTubes because it's quite private, isn't it? Like that side of your life. It's not what I would post on Instagram, like I said before. So I think that people sort of like watching stuff like this because it's, well, the time that they spend watching it, it's actually having an impact on the life rather than sitting watching crap, should I say, on YouTube or these shorts and stuff what kids watch. Do you know what I mean? It's more meaningful, isn't it? And I feel like this, for me, is the community way of giving back to people.
Absolutely. Yeah. 100, and how we develop ourselves as well.
There's times that we sit here, don't we? We don't even speak because I'm like, yes, we do though, don't we? Because I think you learn something new off every single person that you meet, and just having connections and like at one time, you just go tunnel vision, don't you? You got work, you see your friends, which you class as your friends at home, your kids, and that be it. Well, now it's like with this, the amount of people that we've met. And like that's you sort of come across and you think, hey, they're lovely, I've learnt this, and it's just amazing, isn't it?
Because that's what I'll take away from this today, because like obviously I read I don't know if this is the same, like I've got a book that I need to start reading. It's about archangels, is
Oh
it?
yeah, the archangels.
So obviously that's different to spirit guides because we'll all have individual spirit guides. Is that what?
Yes.
And will that be like a loved one past, or could they be absolutely anyone? Because you know what, my mum and nan are in spirit, and you know what, I never think to go, Mum, help me with this, because I'm just in my head, she's gone. Now, whereas that is a beautiful thing now that you've said you need to start asking them for the help, because I suppose they can help more up there than what they could on earth because they were poorly.
I've always done that.
Yeah.
That is something I've always said, Grandad, please, Grandad, let this work. Or please, Grandad, tell me. Like, I've got both Granddads passed now, but like in times of trouble, like we said, you go, please. And I had a little table in my kitchen. I've actually moved it now, but I've kept it all, the order of services from funerals and things like that. Just a memorable table. And there's times I'd go in the kitchen and I'd look at my granddads and I'd go, Grandad, please
help me.
Give me a sign today. So I feel like I do that quite a lot. And that's just part of me. I don't know. I've always done it from being a little.
Yeah, see, I've never done it. So that's one thing I really take from today, because I didn't realise how powerful it was.
Yeah.
So your loved ones never leave you.
Yeah.
They literally never leave you. They're always there. They can teleport into multiple different places, which I find fascinating, but they never ever leave you. So the only time they go is if, or feel like they're not there as much. You know, when someone maybe first passes or 6 months down the line, you feel them a lot and you can like sometimes smell their perfume or smell their scent of some description. You just know they're there. And then you just feel like, are they actually there? They've gone now, I don't feel them as much.
Yeah.
And it's like, because you naturally start healing and moving on, which isn't a bad thing. You know, everybody has to heal and life goes on, doesn't it? But if you can keep their memory alive and keep talking to them, keep their photos up, keep their objects around and wear their jewellery, they're with you. They can come through a lot easier. And so if you said that when you went to his photo, that's you. I don't know how you knew that, but it's like, I can feel his energy. I can speak to him. I can connect deeper looking at his photo. So that's him going, I'll help you. I'm here. Just go to something of mine and I can come through even more powerfully.
Oh my God,
I've still got his rose. So at his funeral, we had roses, and I've still got his rose, and I flattened it in my Bible.
Yeah.
I stood on my Bible with it inside, so it flattened it down.
Yeah.
Because they live forever, don't they? That way,
Yeah.
obviously, it's crispy.
Yeah.
But rather than if you leave them full, they don't last the same. So I flattened it, and I've got that with it as well, and I've got his ashes as well. But I just feel like they're very personal.
Yeah, that's
And
beautiful.
because of the-
Yeah.
But I've got it for kids. So Job's nan obviously passed a couple of years ago to my little boy's nan.
Yeah.
And I've got her order of service. And when she passed in the hospital, they give us like little crocheted love hearts,
Yeah.
Oh,
which I
that's really
find
thoughtful,
lovely, because
yeah.
for children as well,
Yeah.
they can keep them,
Yeah.
can't they? And that's in kitchen. And I didn't really think, well, I've never took notice if he looks or he speaks or whatever.
Yeah.
But then he's made comment about, could I get a picture of my nan from my bedroom, because the only one I seem to have is the one from a funeral. So I think, so he sees it. And he goes and looks at it, and and he does speak a lot of it, but I never really thought, I wonder if he takes notice of that.
Yeah.
But he does, obviously does. And I think it's nice that they, as children, would
Continue it,
doing that.
I mean, honestly, the children are so lucky now, because when I was younger, you didn't speak about stuff like this and spirits. It's like now everyone's going, write down your feelings, journal out.
Yeah.
You know, they explain death to you and like what you've just done. And, of course you can have a photo, and of course you can speak to her, and of course you can keep that momentum. But back in the 80s and 90s, you were classed as a lunatic. So I remember I was telling my mum all the spirits, and I'd be like, so-and-so from, and I'd say the name, wants you to know this. And my mum would be getting paler going, oh, okay, yeah, just eat your Rice Krispies. And I'm like, Mum, last night so-and-so came to me and she wants you to know this. And she's like, stop it. So like now, obviously, if someone said that to you or your children did, you'd be like, okay, darling, tell me everything.
Yeah.
Oh, you're a psychic. And it'd be so normal. It'd be like amazing. You'd feel probably chuffed, wouldn't you, that your child said that. So I think it's really good that the generation now coming up have got such a different outlook on the afterlife and spirituality and their own self-worth as well.
Yeah.
And do you know what I love about that as well is because I feel like, and I had this conversation with someone else, and I was like, do you know what, the world's changing.
Yeah.
And they're like, what do you mean? I said, I feel like there's a big like undercurrent that's going to come about like healing energy, and it's going to come forward.
Yeah.
Maybe I predicted it, I don't know. I do these little things. And I said, But I feel like the way life's changing, you're going to see things start to be healed through frequencies. And I was scrolling and it was coming up how they're now starting to see different like light therapies and healing frequencies, healing the body. And I was like, wow, I was only having that conversation the other week, and it's true. And it's like we go back to kind of that comparing. Like I would used to think, oh, I want that bag. Now I want to now I look at Instagram and go, I want to be in that yoga pose and I want to have that kind of feeling and that energy. It's that kind of mindset change for me that's come from doing this type of work, if I'm honest. And like you say, it's that kind of generation that's coming up with it's like that healing that generation's coming, isn't it? With that kind of, it's all gone where you kind of sit back, your feelings don't, it's kind of beautiful to see someone heal now, I guess.
And be vulnerable as well and not lock it in. Definitely.
And have our children around that, because I think that's a big thing that not every person, unfortunately, believes or wants to believe that this type of work is, or not even work, just lifestyle is normal.
Yeah.
But I'm quite settled that my children
are coming to a different
will
way,
go from how I've sort of changed my life and can sort of see that it's just nice and a bit more settled, not as hectic.
So.
And sometimes they'll say things, and like Lottie said to me the other day, she got a taxi home with one of her friends and the nan, and she said, oh, and Nan started kicking off in taxi and we had to get out taxi. And I went, you didn't like that, did you? Because that wouldn't happen if she was with her nan or me, or I'm not saying we don't have arguments or we raise our voice, everybody does, but it's just, I can imagine her in that moment like, oh my God, get me out this taxi. And I was laughing because I thought, I'm so glad that she sees the difference of how other people live. And like, you've actually got it good, kid, when you come home and you complain, and I think, you know, it could be worse. But it's lovely that, you know, it's seen as the world is changing, and I'm here for it.
So Katie, if we were one of your clients, say we come on board as a client, so would the first things be, is that what you would look at, like surrendering to like projects? Oh no, okay.
No, I'd strip you both back completely.
Okay.
So I'd go all the way back to like revealing why you even began. I know you told me why, but I'd be like, no, there's another layers to that. So I'd go straight into the layers as to why. Understand what your real purpose is, because a lot of what we want is conditioned. You know, when I first started this, I was like, well, I have to be a famous psychic, because if I'm not a famous psychic, then I can't afford to pay my mortgage. I'll have to go back to my day job. But I didn't really want to be a famous psychic. I just assumed that's what I'd have to do
to get there,
because that's what I'd only grown up with on TV and things. So I think you need to understand why you want what you want. So I check what you think, your humanness, and I check what your spirit guides actually see. I'd look at your code in your pathway, and then I'd see the gaps in between that time. So it's like a timeline, and then I'd see the gaps in between and what you need to do in order to get to that point.
And could we be on a completely wrong path?
Well, I am.
Potentially. No, I don't think you've gone completely the wrong path, but I think there's another level for you and you're holding back on it. That's the difference. We have to evolve. We have to go with it. We have to risk sometimes everything we've built maybe isn't right for us. And the people that actually step away from that, which is really hard, because if you've built something up and it's into like multiple 7 figures and it's took everything, it's took every ounce of your being to do it, you know, that real stretch. And then someone comes along and says, it's not your sole purpose, let it go. You're like, are you actually on drugs? Like, I'm not going to do that.
It's that surrendering, like you say, isn't it?
They do. But if they do, you end up with the crown jewels and you end up happy. It's not all just about the outward, what you get. Like you said, it's not always about the bags and the monetary aspects. It's about what you receive internally.
So if with me then, and with anybody.
She's going to go home now and this is going to play on her forehead.
No. I mean, as in, because I've not sat and thought, there's something else out there for me. I've not thought that.
No.
So what do I mean by that? How do I get that? So like how you've just said, I think there's something more. How would I find what that would be then? Because I don't feel that what I'm doing isn't meant for me. I just feel like I'm a bit in general living. Got all this to do, and it's not necessarily my job that causes that. It's other factors of my life as well. But how would I know what it is?
What you're supposed to do?
Yeah, that I would do then.
So sometimes we've done it where we've kept the businesses for some clients. So we've kept either a stake in the business or a share in the business and then moved them on. So that might help you because you've got such a cord. Like if you think of like a telephone, one of these wires, you've got such a cord to what you do because of the effort you've put in and the things that people don't see. You know, you study until late at night with little kids, that type of thing. You've got that connection, that pain's there. So for you to walk away from it, I think it would probably make you feel quite vulnerable and make you feel quite stressed. And from a stress vulnerability, you're not going to find your purpose. So you have to go to neutral. So if we can find a way to secure you still in those businesses, so whether it be we replace you, or whether it be that we sell part of it and you keep a retainer or something, so you've got that aspect, we can logistically work that. That's phase one. Then the second phase is we've got to drop you down. We've got to slow you down. We've got to look at the home life. It might be that you need some support in. It might be that we need to reset the energy, the boundaries at home. Need to cleanse your house. There's so many different things we can do, and you will be literally shocked at how you can drop the energy in the house to make everyone feel happier. Because our house used to be so frantic. It was like Piccadilly Circus. I was like, absolutely not anymore. So I'd go from zen to chaos. And where's my PA kid? You've got to drop me here in 5 minutes. And I'm like, oh my God, I've just come out of a trance meditation. What? So like I had to reset our energy of our house and reset our home boundaries and get it to how does it work for everybody? So we can do that.
I 1,000,000% needed at home. I would say more at home than at work.
Yeah.
With my life, would you? I would say that it's my home life that destructs me
I
more
think
than
Katie's
work.
just hit the nail on the head for everything that needs and we've had this conversation.
You reset the boundaries because if you've got children that are like confident and outgoing and loud like mine are, like you need to be able to put boundaries in place with that. You need to, the house has to serve everyone. The home has to serve everyone, and you're the oracle of the house. So we have to protect the oracle. So if we can reset the energy of that first, get that nice and calm, get that running smoothly for everybody, then we can look at the next phase for you, phase 3, which is where are you supposed to go with this? Whereas what people do is go, if I find my soul purpose, then everything else will be fixed. But you can't find your soul purpose in chaos. It doesn't work that way. That's why you go to Thailand on retreats. That's why you have to take yourself out of the place where you are.
I need to do it. I keep saying to you, don't I? But then I get this awful feeling that I just go away for 2 weeks and leave 4 kids at home.
Because then you're
Do you know what I mean?
fixing you. I suppose when you're being fixed, the kiddies are being fixed.
Yeah.
And I used to think that. And then when I was in Thailand out, like obviously my little boy's super safe. He was with his dad. And I kept FaceTime home. And he was on the FaceTime and I was like, are you okay? You miss me? And he was like, Mum, I'm fine.
Oh,
I'm fine.
How old is he?
He's 10.
Oh.
And obviously I knew he was missing me, but he was like, he's so calm. Like he's just got this calmness about him. And I was fretting, thinking, oh, he's missing me. And he was just like, Mum, I'm having time with my dad. I'm cool. And it's us that put it on them, isn't it? And it's like, but he's been brought up in such a secure childhood, whereas mine was very frantic, whereas his has been very calm. So it's going on to his adult life, I suppose.
The best thing you can do for your children is create a calm, loving, safe environment. Hands down. Not everybody always can, but do the best you can there.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But I mean, I take my clients away for 2-3 nights because if you do any longer than 2-3 nights with spiritual work, it's too much. It just gets, especially if it's one-on-one. If it's a group or you're training on something, it's different. But if it's a one-on-one, they're literally like this by the last night. So they're like, oh my God, because it's a rebirth. So it is quite intense. And I'm like, are you okay? And I'm all like joyful because I'm in my zone of genius. And I'm like, hi. And they're like, oh my God, can I just have another hour?
You'll be surprised, won't you, like how many successful people who are out there are actually, if you look at the backgrounds and the history, I can't remember what it was. It wasn't Bill Gates. It was someone else who was super big like that. And I didn't realise how much they were into yoga and kind of Buddhism and that spiritual world to get them to where they was, because you just naturally think they've just been successful and got there, but actually there's took so much work on their mindset, working with spirit that's actually got them to there, because you just don't see that side of it.
But they don't talk about it because it, like you say, we're frowned upon.
I'm the best kept secret by them all. So I work with some of the higher level, well, I say higher level people in places that you wouldn't expect, the least people you'd expect. And you're the best kept secret. Energy. It's energy. They love it, but they won't talk about it.
Yeah.
Because it's still got that stigma on it, which I'm hoping to, by the end of my time here on Earth, will be completely evolved the other way.
It is changing, I would say. Don't you agree?
Definitely.
I feel like I can definitely feel the change that people are kind of like opening up a little bit more and being like, oh, do you know what? There is.
Yeah.
I mean, I fully agree that it goes hand in hand.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you get what I mean? It does for me. But I think that's why this soul podcast, I was, like I said, I love the woo-woo. So I'm not scared to kind of like put it out there. It's like, okay, there's probably people thinking, oh my God, she's losing her mind. And it's not, because I truly believe in it all.
So you've got to think, in your line of work, like your people who go for the treatments, I have it all done as well, by the way, I love it. But people who go for the treatments, they're wanting to improve themselves, wanting to look the best they can.
Yeah.
And that gives them the confidence to do certain things. You like help someone's eczema, like if they're literally like paranoid about their eczema and it's controlling their life, you're changing their life by helping them feel really good on the outside, but then internally it's like something changes inside of them. So the fact you're doing skin, well-being and soul, to me, makes complete sense.
And I think that's what it is, because that's what one of my other friends said. She said, Claire, you're a natural healer.
Yeah.
So I'm not, because people go, aren't you exhausted by like these? I said, no, because they all come under that archetype of what kind of character I am, this healer. So like, just because I'm not healing in like a Reiki way or another way, my healing's down to like kind of self-development, soul purpose led, like me treatments that I'm doing. Do you get what I mean? Me skincare brand's a healing brand. Everything falls under that category, I suppose.
I love that.
When you kind of look at it. So it kind of more, it goes with like kind of what my own character is. I'm
Matches you, doesn't it?
Yeah. So I definitely think it's some work I'm going to be doing with you, because you've actually inspired me today. So thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
People find you then? So if anybody does want to get in touch, what's your Instagram handle, etc., so they can contact you?
So I'm everywhere. I'm all over social.
Yeah,
so
you're brilliant.
I'm literally everywhere. The Katie Helliwell on Instagram. And TikTok, it's The Psychic Expert.
Yeah.
And on YouTube, it's Talk Spirit to Me. And my podcast is Talk Spirit to Me. And now I've just said that all out loud. I should change it all to one word, shouldn't I? I've just realised this is not a good way to market.
Well, thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Katie. It's been amazing. Thank you,
Thank you, ladies. Thanks for having me.